is now remembering the amazing Maya Angelou, a poet, a teacher, a legend in her own time. She died at home today in North Carolina at 86 years old. She lived her life sharing one key theme with the world, that each and every one of us is important and valuable. 7 Action News reporter Kimberly Craig is live in Detroit now, where she talked to women who were inspired by Miss Angelou. Kim?
Yes, Joanne, here at the Charles Wright Museum of African American History, the main exhibit is called And Still We Rise. It was inspired by Maya Angelou's poetry called And Still I Rise, poems with the theme of hopeful determination, much like her life.
I wrote this piece for every human being on earth.
From a little girl who for years was afraid to talk to a literary giant, Maya Angelou touched everyone from children to heads of state.
She gives you the feeling that you can teach one and it's just going to ripple off, but that ripple effect will eventually come back to you.
In August, Maya Angelou came to Detroit for the last time, invited by Detroit Public Schools to help inspire educators like Carmen Perry of the Detroit International Academy for Young Women.
DPS invited her at the beginning of the school year as a form of training for the teachers, wow, which was inspirational, motivational, more than anything motivational.
I had voice, but I refused to use it.
Sometimes I'm tossed and I'm driven, Lord.
At just 7 years old, Maya Angelou was raped by her mother's boyfriend, and after she told what had happened, he was killed. That caused her to stop speaking for over 5 years. But once she opened her mouth again, her gifted tongue became the pen of a skillful poet that will no doubt inspire generations to come.
Just to be who you are. Just stay who you are. Don't try to change anything, because no one's the same.
I've read I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and I've read many of her poems. And it was just everything that she's ever written that I've read. I just relate to it so much.
She just left me with a whole, I would say, a whole toolbox of ways to reach my students.
And coming up at 6 o'clock, we'll take you inside the museum for a glimpse of the And Still We Rise exhibit. And you'll also hear from another giant here in town, a giant among men, on his thoughts on Maya Angelou. Reporting live in Detroit, Kimberly Craig, 7 Action News.
Okay, Kim, thank you. Now, President Barack Obama released a statement on Maya Angelou's passing, saying, quote, "Today, Michelle and I join millions around the world in remembering one of the brightest lights of our time, a brilliant writer, a fierce friend, and a truly phenomenal woman. Over the course of her remarkable life, Maya was many things: an author, poet, civil rights activist, playwright, actress, director, composer, singer, and dancer. But above all that, she was a storyteller, and her greatest stories were true," end quote.
You are my shero, and I still rise.
All right.
How are you?
Thank you. I do very, very well, and I thank you for that. I'm glad you said shero, because the truth is people live in direct relation to the heroes and sheroes they have.
That was Maya Angelou, one-on-one with our Diana Lewis back in 2004. Miss Angelou fired up the crowd during a visit to Detroit. She posed for pictures with Glenda and Diana, and then she spoke to Diana about how people used to tease her for not speaking. It was something her grandmother said while braiding her hair that Maya never forgot.
And she'd brush my hair. She'd say, "Sister, Mama don't care about what these people say about you, that you must be an idiot. You must be a moron because you can't talk. Sister, Mama know when you and the good Lord get ready, you are going to be a teacher."
Miss Angelou told Diana a love like her grandmother's can help overcome racism, sexism, poverty, and any other problem in life.